All right, shalom, shalom. First
Shalom.
and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh
Yahweh,
Ba'Hasham
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai
Yahushai,
Ba'Hashem
Ba'ashem,
Rakakodash.
Rakakwadash. Never understand Apostle Miller's a great millstone who do rule and teach well. Peace and salutations to all you occupied out there pushing this truth across the four winds so we can seal the elect and make it to the kingdom. All right, we are the brethren, all right, from the church, Great Millstone, here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. All right, Lord willing, coming back to you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai to feed the body, edify the sheep in all spirit, faith, truth, sincerity, and doctrine. All right, so we're back, another camp day, another day to prophesy against our enemies, the wicked, Esau, Edom. All right, and the brother can grab that lift up like voice
Isaiah 58:1.
you know, it's another day, man. If the water Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. You know, there's a lot going on in the world right now, man. All right, there's a lot of demonic energy going on right here in Babylon the Great, man.
Man's holding her purse. He had a smirk on his face. No, y'all good.
But I mean, that's Babylon for you, man. All right, the men act like women, and the women act like men. You know, the land of confusion.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and shew my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
That's right. So we're supposed to cry aloud. All right, sparing not your feelings, man. All right, you don't give a damn what you feel. If you don't, oh, it's not what you said. It's how you said it. We don't care about that, man. All right. The Lord brought us into this truth to do His work. Okay, to warn His people, man. Okay. Really, the elect are the only ones that are going to actually, listen. You know. So like I was trying to look for that word. Hear or forbear. You know. Two-thirds of our people are going to forbear this word, man. All right. They're going to abhor the warnings of the Lord.
I got a precept to go with that real quick. This is Joel chapter 2, starting at verse 1. It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion. Zion, Hebrew to Zion meaning monument. It's talking about Jerusalem, the nation of Israel.
Among the Israelites.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you blow on the trumpet, you sound the alarm. That's what the trumpet was used for in the ancient world, to sound the alarm for impending danger. That was around the corner. That was the watchman's duty. All right, was to see afar off, watch for enemy invasion or enemy attack, and sound the alarm to warn the people. Okay, and when you blow the trumpet, you supposed will you not be afraid? Like I said in Amos, the 3rd chapter, I believe. Right. But let's keep reading. It says, verse 2, it says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound the alarm in my holy mountain. See, sounding the alarm. That's what we're doing. When the alarm bells get the ringing, that's a sign of, hey, shit, we get my shit together.
Let me get prepared.
Yeah. That's the way.
So like if Jake do that in the world, right? When you hear when you're driving and you hear police sirens, ambulance, or fire truck sirens, right? What do? You automatically, you don't even think. You move out the way. You pull over, right? You make way, right? You react to those horns being blown.
Yeah, the sign.
When you wake up in the morning, you hear your alarm, right? You got to get prepared to get ready for work. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
you gotta wait. Good analogy. I mean, yeah, because you can use that in the spiritual sense of what we're doing out here, man. We are that alarm clock, right? To let Israel know to wake up.
oh yeah, right.
But 2/3 are like Jake that wake up in the morning. Know they got to go to work, but they hit the alarm clock, fuck it, and go back to sleep. Then they fuck around and be late for work. They fuck around and get fired.
Yeah, Con. Somebody get Romans 13:11.
Well, the scriptures talk about that, right? About them being late. Because Jake is always on what they call it, color people time, right? And what's going to prove that is what? When the famine of the word hit, all right? Then Jake is going to want to come out and hear the words of the Lord, but it's going to be him.
Well, a little bit more here. It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, sound the alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. Right?
Yeah.
So shall the trumpet be blown in the city and the people be not afraid. We're supposed to be tremble at this word. You know, we try to persuade you through the fear and the terror of the Lord, man, to get right. All right, because he's going to bring gruesome judgment upon his land, man. You know, I just watched this GMS testimonials where it was a compilation of Jakes that had been having dreams over the years. You know, and all of them was talking about Jacob's trouble, talking about a time like none other, famines, you know, collapse of government, collapse of society. All right. So, hey, it says, "Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand." See, it's right around the corner. You know, the day of the Lord is no longer tarrying,
It's
right?
close.
And the signs of the Lord's coming is clearly being manifested before our eyes. You just have to have eyes and eyes to see and ears to hear what's going on.
Romans 13:11. Because I just wanted to make a point to what the brother said. You know, that alarm clock is supposed to wake you up, but then you got those that they'll fall right back to sleep. So they'll wake up and like, oh yeah, I gotta be at work, but they'll go back to sleep. You know, and I kind of want to go into that word sleep. Who knows?
There was a cartoon back in the day. Remember the alarm clock would go off and they'd take the big hammer and start smashing everything. That's Jake, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's Jake, man. Because even though they're hearing the alarm clock, when we tell them what it's for, they reject it.
Yeah.
You know.
They feel as though it's not relative to what they got going, but it's very relative. You know. Got it.
It's the book of Romans chapter 13 and verse 11, and it reads, "In that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep."
High time meaning is the time is overdue. It's overdue. You know, we used to always say that we're 100 years, couple 100 years behind when it comes to knowledge, just knowledge, just common knowledge itself. You know, because that's how far, you know, ahead that the so-called white man is. You know, because they've been planning what's about to happen for decades, for at least 100 years. You know, you had the Albert Pike, what's his name, Mazzini or some Albert Pike plan, where they planned all of the world wars. Okay, and so now everything is coming to a head. You know, World War III, and then you got the other things that they're putting into place, which they've been prophesying, and you know, their own made self prophecies, but the Lord put the Spirit on them to do it, which is the MOT, the B system, being in full swing. So we're there. But go ahead.
When you go into that word sleep,
Thank you.
it's the Greek word hypnos.
Hypnos.
Or hoop. It's like hypnos, right? Which means sleep, i.e., figuratively, spiritually to pour.
Torpor. It's a spiritual torpor. Somebody go Edamon online, look up torpor.
I got it.
Oh, okay, kind.
Because I like going into that word, right?
Yeah, because and it's synonymous with sleep, but it's gonna go into how you gotta have vigor, you gotta have life. And essentially, go ahead though. You
Going to
got it.
that word torpor, all right? The definition reads a state of physical or mental inactivity.
Right. So physically and mentally inactive. All right. And those are those that don't have the Spirit, because what the Spirit quickeneth. Somebody get that, John 6:63. So so spiritual torpor. Is it more?
When you go into the etymology of the word torpor, all right, it says to be numb or sluggish.
Right, to be numb. So you don't have any feeling. All right, and then it's sluggish. Okay, so you can't even make no attempt to, to watch, to look things up, to go into this, to what's happening, and to go into the scriptures. Okay. And really that's the Lord. All right, because you got to have vigor. And the main thing that our people lack is that they're spiritually, all right, they're spiritually dead. They don't have no vigor, no life about them. So go ahead. Yeah, you got it.
John chapter 6 and verse 63.
And it reads, this red letters, Yahweh Shai speaking. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
Perfect.
The spirit that quickeneth. He goes that word quickeneth means to make alive.
Yep.
That goes into that digger that the brother was talking about that 2/3 of Israel lack.
Yep.
You know, their spirits were dead. They have the spirit is what makes you alive. It's what gives you the willpower to do the work of the Lord. What's that? Philippians 2:13. It's the Most High that work within you, both to do and to both the will and to do of His good pleasure.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
and Him
Perfect.
working in you is the spirit working in you.
Perfect.
Otherwise, you can't do it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so we don't. I mean, we get mad. You know, we kind of feel it some type of way, but when you really look at it, it's the Lord that's raising, you know, the elect up to teach, to preach. And if you ain't the elect, of course you ain't gonna have no vigor. You ain't gonna have no life about you when it comes to this truth. And what we mean by that, we mean by constantly watching, constantly, you know, not quenching the spirit. You know, if the spirit tell you to, or give you something to do, you're doing it. You know, as far as prophesying, it's wholly centered around prophecy. You know.
Hey, when it comes to these other camps, what invigorates them, you know, and motivates them is money,
yeah.
clout. You know, they're not motivated through the spirit because it seems like, you know, they putting forth an abundance of work and whatnot. That's the reason why the scripture say one day they're going to say, Lord, Lord, have I not done this and done that? But really they doing it all for the wrong
reasons, yeah.
For the wrong reasons.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
No, keep going. Verse 64. And it reads, but there are some of you that believe not, for Yahweh Shai knew from the beginning who they were that believed not and who should betray him.
Yeah, those are those who have gotten the word. All right, Matthew 13 when it goes into the seed. All right, that's being sown. You know, that seed didn't take root. And individuals who what? Who don't believe. This is wholly centered off belief. So with belief, faith, you got to bring forth works. And your works have to be fruitful. You know? So if your works ain't fruitful, then what? That means what? You're likened unto that fig tree that the Lord basically that he made wither away. You know?
Yeah, because it was unfruitful.
Yeah, unfruitful. So the Lord is pissed at those that are unfruitful because really you got to look at what we're doing here. The importance. Oh man, the water. I can't see.
It get dark.
The water, bro. Because I can't see worth it. Damn. It'll, Lord willing, to go down in the next 30 minutes. Yeah.
Well, you know, now it's high time for going after that shit. High time for they gotta sleep. Because it's coming a time where, you know, you ain't be able to get this word. You know, it's coming a time where the Lord ain't gonna be accepting no more works. Right now, it's time for you to put your hands to the cloud and do the work. You know?
Yeah, that's right.
Real quick, this is John 9 and 4. Red letter, God says, I must work the work of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work.
Yep.
Right? Because right now it's daytime. You know, spiritually speaking, the time to the allowed time that the Lord has given for you to get right. You know, the grace period is good. All right, the night coming when no man can work. Let's talk about Jacob's trouble and all hell breaking loose. And nobody gonna be out. They ain't gonna be out prophesying when Jacob's trouble is in full effect. You know, Scripture said the Lord gonna tuck away his prophets. He's gonna shut our mouths. See?
Yeah.
3:26. Tons of words about mouths. Okay?
So like, I still believe through the spirit you might have one nigga light out here, man, still trying to teach in the midst of all the chaos going on, man. You gotta be in season, out of season, man. So like, because you know Jake is simple, so like, but I can see Jake doing that, you know, actually using his Bible as an actual shield and sword, like,
All right.
you know what I mean, like,
Goddamn.
Like-
I'm gonna throw a microwave out the 30th floor. But no, who dig it? That was just
I got a definition in it. But I was hoping this from when brothers was talking about being invigorated, or the word vigor, right? This is the etymology of the word vigor, all right? And it says physical strength, energy, and activity.
Yep, energy and activity. Somebody get Revelations 3 and 15. Because this has always been a cut. And it should cut you, you know? And it should make you want to do more. Because if you feel like as though that you've done enough, well, you're in the wrong spirit. Because you can always do more. The scriptures tell you that, you know? You got it.
It also says, for the word vigor, it says force, strength, liveliness.
Yeah, force, strength, liveliness. Like, you know, Jake, to them, this becomes a job. So what do? They just go through the motions, you know, to show up, you know, shalom, you know, the usual. But you gotta have vigor. You gotta have life. And you gotta be a visionary. Like you gotta have vision. Like yeah, I forgot what movie that was on, but Apostle Gabar was talking about that. And I was quoting it like a few months beforehand, like you got to have vision, which is a spirit.
If I may, you got to be excited to come out
Yeah.
here. You got to be like,
Excited.
thinking about coming to camp yesterday.
Yeah, excited for the word of the Lord, man. You got to be excited for the promises, the covenant. Not only that, but the judgments. And really, we have to, we're not of this world. So the judgments, the punishments that's coming, really, when you really look into the scriptures, it's for the controversy of Zion. It's because the world has pretty much, put us in a corner and have been oppressing us. But this, what we're seeing now, the punishments and the judgments and the prophecy coming to pass, this is like essentially somewhat of our healing, somewhat of the Lord paying the world back for what they've done. And little do they know, of course they're not going to understand, but we got to understand it. So it should invigorate you. It should give you life. It should show you that, you know what, the Lord saying that I got your hand. And yeah, although you went through all of this, I'm not going to hide your teachers anymore. Somebody get Isaiah 30 and 20.
Right.
But you got it out.
Right, the different signs, the tokens, those different tokens should be invigorating to, see the end of the last society, like smart.
Right.
Did you talk about Revelation 3 and
15.
15, okay. I got it right here.
Yep.
Oh, you did?
No, I didn't do it.
Okay. This the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 15. So like and it reads, I know thy works, and this is red letter too, by the way. This is how it's shines. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot.
Right. So the Lord would rather you cold. You got to be, cold. You got to be either one. I would rather that you were either one. All the way cold or all the way hot. Go ahead.
It says, so then because thou art lukewarm.
Right. The Lord, the lukewarm, like, who likes their tea lukewarm? I don't like my tea lukewarm. I like my shit hot. I like my tea all the way hot. Okay? So the Lord doesn't like his men to be lukewarm. That means half-assing it. And the scriptures say woe unto them that, don't worry about it, America's going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire.
That's right.
The Lord said, woe unto him that does the work of the Lord deceitfully. Okay? I'm always cut. I'm cut even now, because when you go into that word deceitful, it's talking about lazy. It's talking about, the slothfulness. So when you doing the work of the Lord, you have to know accurately what you're talking about. You have to, and not only that, you got to come with the type of energy, all right, that it's going to take to get that job done, get that message across. No matter what position you in or what condition you in, you still have to do the work of the Lord truthfully. You got to strive truthfully, strive lawfully, you know?
Right. Good. Going back to that John 6:63, it's the spirit that quickeneth the words that I speak unto you that are spirit and life. You know, you got to be in the spirit. And you got to be in the word. You know, that's the reason why guys don't be invigorated on camp day and just going through the motions because they're not reading. That's why the scriptures say, blessed is the man that readeth.
Yeah.
Once you read, you get into the scriptures, you get into the spirit.
Yeah.
That's part of, you know.
It should excite you, you know? It should excite you. And also, you should be teaching the right things. That's the main thing. So, woe to them that are doing the work of the Lord deceitfully. If you call yourself a teacher and you're not bringing, if you don't have the 100% truth, when the Lord said He was going to give us the whole truth through the Spirit, through the Comforter, that we was going to know all things.
From the Holy One.
Yeah, if we can't get those precepts, because I don't like quoting them and then not bringing them out. You know. What was I saying? Slacking.
We have unction to know all things.
Right. So if we got an unction to know all things, your duty is to go out and teach the right thing, not the wrong thing, not to take away from the scriptures because you feel some type of way or you feel ashamed in the doctrine, because many are ashamed in the doctrine. That's why it says, blessed is he that is not ashamed of me. Why? Because there's parts of this truth that is not, it's not public opinion. I'll just put it like that. Because public opinion is dealing with the popular opinion. The Lord don't care about popular opinion. It's His way or the highway. So y'all got your precepts. You got it. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. We're not here. The Lord don't give a fuck about who. The Lord set up who's in office. And when you read Romans the 13th chapter, the first verse, it says the Lord gave powers unto the government. Well, basically, in my own words, if you read it in another version, it probably say governments or leaders, whatever. He gave power to them. But as long as they don't offend the truth and hurt the truth, then it's okay. But we live in a society where they're against the truth, you know? So y'all got it. Yeah, yeah.
But hey, that right there, that's politically correct right there.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't speak against that, you know. And that's beyond abominable. You know, so like.
Yeah.
But back in Revelation chapter 3 and verse 16, it says, so then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
Right. So the Lord is going to spew you out of His mouth. Ultimately, the Spirit is going to shift you out. It's going to push you away. Right? And then you're going to get to blaming everybody else for your mishaps because you didn't do the work of the Lord. You know? So go ahead. You got it.
Because the Lord said, I'd rather for you to be, because you don't want to be cold nor hot, right? What does hot mean? That's the Greek word zestos. I'm saying that right?
Zestos?
Zestos.
Okay. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, yo, wait a minute. No, you got it. No, because that's what I thought about at first. It's zest.
But that's the importance of knowing words, man.
Yeah,
and
kind of.
knowing the original definitions of words.
Right.
But going into that word hot, okay, it's the Greek word zestos, okay, which means boiling hot. Metaphorically, a fervor.
Fervor.
Fervor, so like a fervor of mind and zeal.
Right. So zeal is another way of saying jealousy, right? So like if a man got a woman, right, he's gonna be jealous over her because she's a prized possession. You know, she's, you know, she got the hots. She's hot. So you got the hots for her. So that's another word for zealous. It's jealousy. So you gotta be jealous for the Lord, you know? You gotta be jealous because of His word. And the scriptures go into that. You know, I was jealous or zealous for your words, especially towards the wicked that don't hear them. And that, oh, you got something?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Well, the scripture said, be not slothful in business and fervent in spirit.
Mhm.
You know, and that's exactly what we're supposed to be doing. But I got a precept. This is Jeremiah chapter 20 and verse 9. It says, and I'll start at verse 8. It says, for since I spake, I cried out, I cried violence and spoil.
Yeah, so what? We're supposed to be crying violence and spoil, right? We've been taken. We've been utterly robbed and spoiled. So that's the sentiment that we have. And we're crying out to the Lord, you know? So go ahead.
Because the word of Yahweh was made a reproach unto me.
Right, the word was made a reproach. And it is a reproach unto us. Go ahead. So,
And a derision daily.
in a derision daily. Okay? Go ahead.
Then I said, I will not make mention of him, nor spake any more in his name. But his word was in my heart as a burning fire.
Right, because he got reproached and that's Jeremiah, right? So he got reproached and mocked because, well, Jeremiah believing that he had, which he did, he got the word of the Lord, so he's excited. He got vigor. But every time he go into these Negroes, these niggas, he getting reproached. He's in derision, he's being mocked. Okay? And then he's being attacked, being persecuted, which I just found out persecuted is someone chasing after you or pursuing you. Some to the extent of that. The brother, one of the elders brought that out yesterday during their live camp. Elder Prashad. All right, he brought that out. So go ahead.
But his word was in my heart as a burning fire.
Right, and that's why the scriptures talk about what prophesy unto the wind, because it really, the word is going to it's never going to fall on deaf ears. And that's the thing. The word is powerful. The word is oracles. That means it basically has power behind it. Okay? And that's how powerful the word of the Heavenly Father is. And that's why they're going to take it from people. They're going to take it from society. Okay?
Well, hey, kind of to answer your point, the word is powerful. Like the scripture says about the Lord's word, it shall not return unto him void.
Yeah.
Accomplish the things unto his sentence. So whether you hear or forbear, that's the word accomplishing. It's how they're going to invigorate you, inspire you. Or it's going to turn you off. It's going to repel it. Either way, it's still accomplishing the work of the Lord.
Yep.
Yeah.
It says, burning fire shut up in my bones. And
Yep.
I was weary with forbearing, and I could not stay.
Yep.
He couldn't hold it in, The word is so powerful. The Lord's word was so powerful, and it was within him.
Yeah.
And that's going back to the point, going back to what you said. You got to be you got to be hot. You got to be on fire in this thing. And Apostle Tar always goes into this. If you're not on fire in this thing, there's no point for you to even be in. The word has to be.
You're just playing yourself.
Yeah. Hey, it kind of, that scripture resonates with me because, he said, at first, like, when he was getting that reproach, he was like, I ain't going to talk to you.
Yeah.
It's like the word, it burns.
It was shut up. Yeah. You
Like,
can't help it.
With that fresh deal when you come into the truth, you hot. That's probably your hottest moment when you first come in.
Yeah.
And then over time, it's like it dims a little bit. You got to rekindle the fire, rekindle the flame.
Well, that's the wise virgins trimming their oil. Trimming their lamps. Excuse me. That's them going back to get that understanding. Get what remember. It says, "Remember thou what thou hast learned." It says, "How it go?"
Remember that first love,
No.
former works.
No. Well, yeah, that too. That was a good one. But it says, basically, remember who have taught you. Yeah, you're supposed to remember who taught you. Okay.
2 Timothy 3:14, but continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of,
Right.
knowing of whom thou hast learned them.
Right. So you're supposed to continue in these things, So those are just simple, basic milk stuff that we're supposed to understand to actually help us endure towards salvation. That's why we say we got the 100% truth. It's part of the reason why we have the 100% truth, because we were what did read it again? Because we've been assured of it. You see, through what? Through the elders going in depth, us going into depth, seeing if these things be true. You know. Go ahead.
Can I read it that I cannot read it in the NLT?
Yes, sir. You ain't-
2 Timothy 3:14, KJV. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them.
Yep.
2 Timothy 3:14, NLT, New Living Translation. But you must remain faithful to the things you have been taught. You know they are true, for you know you can trust those who taught you.
Yeah, and we know we can trust the men that taught us. Why? Because they've been proven. And then we not only us within GMS have given good report of these men. You got men who are their enemies that can't say nothing bad about them.
Yeah, you seen Sonetta came out
Yeah.
a while ago. He had said that he was like, I mean, if anybody more, or was that a vocab? One of them said that, like, if anybody's more,
Yeah, but they always recant their statements with the bullshit they come.
more like accurate,
Yeah.
something like that, then it's great millstones, something like that.
Yeah, and then you had men that was part of the old school who confirmed that the elders was really about this truth, and so much so that they turned off niggas that were pretty much posing, because if you got this truth, man, like for real, like those that ain't about it, they gonna show you that they not about the truth, because they're gonna be turned off,
The fire, the brother brought out about being hot, it's part of that definition of zeal. It kind of reminds, the relationship with the spirit. It's like a relationship. Like when you first meet a woman, you got that passion. You know what I'm saying? You're doing things to please her. You're constantly trying to, be on her good side. You want to, get close with her and all that. But over time, once you get her, you know what I'm saying? You with her, then after, y'all get to arguing over the years and shit, get a little bitter. And then
Yeah, but if you really love your woman, every time you look at her, you like, that's my woman, and you remind yourself of why you fell in love in the first place.
Right. So that's yeah. Right. That you gotta get that zeal back, that passion back. You might do certain things like tender the flame, like
You might have that's why they have anniversaries and shit like that.
Right.
Remember we met the same time? You remember that song we played?
Yeah.
What's our favorite song? Oh Lord, don't forget, boy. Yo, you ain't gonna get none.
Get the birthday.
Yeah, but that's exactly how the truth is.
Yeah, right.
That's exactly what this word is about. Cherishing it, loving it, and always going back to it. And the thing about it is the difference between, I'm sure it's men like this, the elders apostles who cleave unto the Lord. You see? And their eye is single, and you can tell because they're always doing videos. This is always something repetitive for them. And the men of the ancient world, our foreparents, they clave unto the Lord. They didn't move to the left or the right. The books is always open. Even in the most their down times, they sought after the Lord. You see, that's what this relationship is really about.
And I got that from Apostle Bar too.
Yeah,
passion.
yeah.
Heavy on that.
Yeah.
You gotta have passion, brother.
Yeah. Because if you lose passion, then you lose everything else. You fall out of love, and I can say that in the world. I don't want to talk about me, but when I was dealing in sports, I had a high passion at one point. But when I lost passion, I lost everything else that came with it. I just lost it.
The definition.
You got it.
It goes into disenchantment. It says, disappointed by someone or something previously respected and admired,
Disillusion. You became disillusioned. And you're supposed to become disillusioned to this world and the things in it, because they're temporal. The fashion of this world shall pass away, you know? And now we're supposed to be focused more on what really persists, which is the words of the Heavenly Father. Because if you think that the kingdom, if this kingdom ain't on its way out and the Lord's kingdom is on its way in, well, you fooled yourself. You fooled yourself because you're not paying attention to the signs that were said aforetime, that are now prevalent in our time, that are now a reality for our time.
If you're disenchanted by one thing, then you're enchanted by something else.
There you
Another
go.
one replaces it.
Yep, that's right. Gus, yes, you got it.
Going back to Revelation chapter
3.
3 and verse 15 and 16, going into that word hot. Right? It's the Greek word zestos, and it says boiling hot, a metaphor of fervor of mind and zeal. Right? Yeah, I'm gonna stay with this one. And the brother gave the analogy of a man with his woman, right? Well, hell, you can even look at that when it comes to you catching another man's woman, committing adultery. Because that word, what is it? Jealous.
Yeah, zealous.
Jealous. Jealous. You go into the etymology of the word jealous. It means possessive or suspicious.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So, and the Lord is possessive over his people. Okay, especially his elect. All right. What's the other one? It says possessive of what?
Suspicious.
Suspicious.
Yeah. If you see your man's woman out and about somewhere with all hugged up with another man, all right, you're gonna get jealous of that. Hey man, what you doing?
If she start doing some other stuff outside of what her norm is, you become suspicious. Yeah, that's why the Lord, that's why the Lord is. Yeah, when they say here jealous power, man, he's jealous, man.
I got you right here. Exodus 34 and 14. It says, "For thou shalt worship no other God, for the Lord Yahweh, whose name is jealous, is a jealous power."
Yeah, whose name is jealous. You see, so he's a jealous power. So imagine your woman calling you another name.
Yeah.
Right. So you're gonna have suspicion, and now that suspicion, that's gonna turn to something else. You see. And so that's how the Lord is. That's why we don't play around with his name. That's why we call upon the name of Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai. Well, really, Yahweh Shai, because you can't say Yahweh without saying Yahweh Shai. You cannot even give a direct credence to Yahweh without saying Yahweh Shai. Okay? You have to invoke that name or cast that name.
Right. And when you bring it, closer to home, like us individually, the Lord will get jealous over what you give your time to.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
If you give your time too much to a woman, then the Lord, the Spirit of the Lord is going to be jealous. And so he's going to.
Yeah, he'll take it. Ultimately, if you're a man of the Lord, he's going to take those things away from you, and he's going to make it to where you serve him. We got the story of Jonah. Jonah thought he could do his own thing. He wanted to do his own thing. He wanted to prophesy against the Ninevites. Then he knew they was going to get destroyed. Yeah, right, exactly. But he still had to prophesy. And that's the main thing. Prophecy meaning to say before. All right? And essentially, that's always been, the prime the prime thing. Oh, go ahead. Spiritual.
All right, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 6. This is the red letter, Yahweh Shai speaking. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness.
That's perfect. Blessed are they that do hunger and thirst after righteousness. Where's righteousness? In the book, and the scriptures say, it says search the scriptures, right? But in them you think you have life, eternal or something to that, It says search the scriptures, but in them you think you have eternal life, right? Now that's what we're looking for. Eternal life through Yahweh Shai, because it's not going to be given any other way. See, now we're coming into the times where the Most High is being spaked against at an all-time high. His name is being blasphemed at an all-time high by the adversary, which is Esau. All right, who come in the spirit and power of Satan. All right, with all lying wonders, as the scriptures say. Okay, and what they're about to do now is present a miracle unto the world. The RFID chip sign. They're about to present a miracle. Somebody get Revelation 13. You got it. Appreciate it.
Let me finish. Matthew 5 and 6. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled.
Right. So you gotta hunger for this. You gotta have your hunger is gonna come through your passion, how much you care for this. And if it's lacking, of course, pray. Wherever you lack it, pray about it. You know, and ultimately, it's the Lord that allows us to get the lessons, allows us to get the understanding, and wakes us up to things. You know, we're on a need-to-know basis. But the Lord has given us everything for our salvation, towards our salvation, towards us being sealed, towards our minds being completely made up. All right, because your mind is going to have to be completely made up because of the times that's coming. All right, it's going to call it. You're going to have to say fuck it, because it's going to get that bad where, yeah, right now we just talking. All right, but in that time, our works, our faith is going to have to show forth, whether we believe this thing or not. Okay, we're going to have to say fuck what the world is presenting, and cast off the world and say the hell with the world. All right, the hell with the beast system, the hell with the RFID, the hell with universal basic income. All right, and then forcing you to opt into a system, which you can't opt out, by the way. All right, and this is why many is going to be destroyed. We're supposed to say the hell with all of that and cling unto the Lord. Well, the scriptures prophesy that we were going to cling unto the Lord. Okay, well, go ahead. Is it more? It was it. Go ahead.
It's It's the book of Joshua, chapter 1 and verse 8, and it reads, "This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth."
Right. So, yeah, you know, Jake get mad because of, or they'll get disenchanted because of the repetition. But the Lord, what it says, Apostle Charles said that repetition of father of skill. You know, so the more you, and it's just like with anything else, the more repetition, it becomes like muscle memory. You know, and in the gym we work on feints and you know, the pull counters and all of that type of stuff. All of that type of stuff, you become perfect when you continue to do it. You know, and the thing about consistency, which is a word that's been coming up a lot lately, consistency. It's not always doing the same thing at the height, at a very perfect height. It's doing what you're supposed to do when you don't want to do it. That's consistency. You see, that's consistency, and that's going to break a lot of the, you know, a lot of the mishaps, a lot of the things that make you fall short. All right, especially because if you're in the gym, if you ain't working on certain things, you lose those things. Okay, you'll lose those certain traits and skills if you're not working on continuing. And see, this has always been one of the principles of the Most High Yahweh Shai, because he's dealing with a hypocritical or rebellious nation. The word for it, I would say, is stiff-necked, a hard-hearted people. You see. So Israel, one of the main things about Israel, they'll forget. You know, Manashah, they'll forget. Okay, you got it.
No, you lose.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's the reason why, you know, even when you apply to school, you know, you learn a bunch of stuff throughout the year, and then you go that summer and just follow it and don't freshen up on your skills. You come back the next year, you forget it.
Yeah, that's right.
It's Look at Joshua chapter 1 and verse 8, and it reads, "This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night."
Yeah, so your mind is supposed to always be occupied in this, because you don't know when it's gonna come and when it's gonna hit. That we all waiting for that day where and call lawyer when that day happens, man, because that's when all the misery finally is come to somewhat of an end. You see, and every force that was holding us down, we're gonna be free from it. You see, we're gonna be free from it. And I want Isaiah 10 and 20, because it kind of goes into that. Us leaning upon the Lord and not leaning upon our oppressors. You see, so in this society, we were taught to lean upon those that have been oppressing us, those who have been using us, all right, exploiting us, and they still to this day exploit us at the highest levels in society. You see?
And that's what that goes into the person.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what goes into the one to go on thing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Jake go to Esau. You know, hey, remember I posted that thing they got on TikTok. They have a page called the AI Jesus, and people actually go to that page and they actually ask the Lord, or who they think is the Lord. They ask him questions, man, and he actually responds to them too.
Yeah.
You know,
But they said they're going to use, Yuval said eventually AI will be able to write its own Bible, like write a Bible, you know.
Yeah, because AI is nothing more than an algorithmic. What they do is collect a whole lot of data, right? And it goes through a whole bunch of series of questions, answers within basically no time. It don't take that much time, and that's what they're trying to do. So it ain't. They program it to learn and all that other shit. You know, that's Esau. That's what they're trying to achieve. But all it's gonna do is end up leading them to destruction. That's all this whole thing is all about. You know.
but that proves that Jake go and enemies and want to go out there.
And when you look at it, a lot of people that's promoting this AI shit, it is Jake. If y'all haven't been paying attention, you seeing Jake. Jake is promoting this AI shit. Yeah. You know.
But they know to get Jake to do it. They know Jake, you know,
Jake is
add
the
on
one.
to it, like, hey,
Jake is the one that's creating shit for us.
So like one example of that of a Jake promoting the AI is these rappers, right?
Yeah,
You got who is that? Well, I don't want to say, you know, Benny Siegel, right?
No, he used
he used AI to drop an album, man. All right, and the album, like, you know, it's fresh beats, but it actually sounds like him rapping.
Yeah, because he lost his voice or some shit. Yeah, he lost his voice.
But that's just an example of Jake promoting that artificial intelligence, or Allen Iverson, as brothers say. But going back to Joshua chapter 1 and verse 8, "This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein."
Correct. Yeah, keywords observe to do all that is written. Okay. Now we know we can't do everything that's written, but the things that's required of us through the instructions of the Spirit of Yahweh, we ought to do. And what the Lord has given as instruction to His men, right? So we only as good as how much we follow the men that came before us. You see, and how much we pay attention to their instructions, because the Lord, the Spirit is leading them and guiding them.
Joshua chapter 1 and verse 8, "This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein."
Right, so that's telling you right there that, you know, you have to meditate on it, you know, often, day and night, you know, in order for you to constantly perform it. So when you don't constantly meditate on it, you don't use it, you'll lose it. You know, if your body was just collecting dust, you never go into it, you know, you'll eventually break down. You gotta keep yourself like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, and that's the number one reason why you got guys that'll fall out. And really, it really ultimately is because it's the Lord ultimately.
like a belief is going back to what brother's talking about as far as passion. You know, you have to be passionate about this thing, man. You have to actually believe it.
That's why the scriptures prophesy about the hour of temptation, right? Because your faith is going to be tested, right? Do you actually believe? You see, like if you waver in a little bit, man, but guess what, man? In that hour of temptation, you're gonna get tempted. Finishing off, it says, "For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have a good success."
I mean, yeah, that's how you get success in the truth. Is a constant meditating repetition. Repetition is the father is to the like Apostle Paul always says. You know, the Revelation 13, the brother had kind of shift gears.
Yeah, because we gonna because the whole conclusion of the matter is to ultimately all it is that we're learning is to be prepared for that hour.
It's Book of Revelation, chapter 13.
Start at 11.
Book of Revelation, chapter 13, and verse 11, and it reads, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon."
Yeah, that beast, the beast that is dealing with, all right, Slack. It's inside. Because it's two phases, all right, and we're in the last phase of it. Is the Roman Empire, but
yeah, it's broken. So you got
two horns like a lamb is dealing with
You want to use mine?
Okay, so this is dealing with America, which is the rebirth of
You
the
want
Roman
to tape
Empire.
Okay.
Okay? Why is it the rebirth of the Roman Empire? Because it has the same customs and the same setup as the ancient Roman Empire.
Tape it real well.
One of y'all help with this.
You got it.
Revelation chapter 13 and verse 12, and it reads, "And he exercises all the power of the first beast."
Right, so this beast is America, and that first beast is that Roman Empire. All right? Okay, what is that? Because similarities of the Roman Empire and this new Roman Empire, all right, is military.
Broke.
All right? And of course, other things as well. Okay?
Verse 12, it says, "And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed."
Yep, so it causes all of them to worship what the,
As long as it's on there.
right? Right. And so there's deadly wound was healed through what? The establishment, okay, of Esau's establishment, which they had at first it was the EEC, which is European Economic Community, all right, which is headed by Britain, which is the mother of Babylon, the mother of this land, essentially Britain at birth America, okay? Same two Edomite nations, all right, you got it.
God, verse 13, "And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from the heaven on the earth
Right,
in
yeah.
the sight of men."
Yep, he did that. How you make fire come down to the earth? It was military power. All right, it was military power. You look at that history. Who has devastated the world through their military campaign? Esau. All right, one of the biggest things to date is the atomic bomb. All right, they shook up the world with that. No.
What? Isaiah 14 tells you that they did shake kingdoms. You know,
Yeah.
that goes to what the brothers just mentioned about the atomic bomb.
Yeah, and then, you have Vocab Malone come out. I think he did the video or live stream, who was Esau Edom, or something to the extent of that. All right, who is Edom? Well, these are signs and clues to find out who Esau is, because Scripture says Esau is the end of the world, right? And see that the Lord, the Spirit is on us to reveal these things, to reveal the wicked. And it's time. So the wicked are being revealed. All right? And it's like you can't stop that reveal. You can't stop them being revealed. You see? And so you got people like Christians who want to ignore that truth. But you can't. You got it.
This is from Google. I typed in the question, what nation has dropped the most bombs on the earth?
It says according to available data, according to available data, the nation that has dropped the most bombs on earth is the United States.
You see? There
Right?
you
And
go.
that goes back to what? Their blessing. See? So, and then the elder was talking about having discernment. You got to have the discernment when it comes to this truth. And you come to the words in the Bible, the prophecy. Right? You got to be able to spiritually put two and two together. And that's what these people lack. Because they weren't given the mystery. Okay?
Back in Revelation chapter 13, verse 13, I'll read it again. It says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the men.
Yep. Yep, and that's Esau. They look at it. Okay, they're the only ones that were really able to do that. Okay? The last three major wars, you got World War I, World War II. But of course you got a lot of different wars that happened in between those. Esau had his hand in all of that. The so-called white man. If it wasn't started by him or at least instigated by him, he's always the culprit. That's the third party to everything. He's the one that's run the engine behind the source. Okay? And that goes back to it says here, let me
Well, in the meantime, I got a precept real quick to line back up that point. How Esau, he's the harbinger of death. He's the reason why there's so much death and wars in the world. This is Revelation 6:4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto this. Talking about Esau Edom. It says, and power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
yeah, so power was given to him to take peace from the earth. Why? Because ultimately the Lord has raised up Esau. He's just like he raised up every other empire.
It says, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword.
Yep, and it was given unto him a great sword. And that great sword goes back to Genesis, the 27th chapters. And he got it. You got it, go ahead, read it. 40.
The 27.
Okay.
This is to back the brother up. This Genesis 27:28. Therefore the Most High give thee the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee and nations bow down to thee.
Well, yeah, that's Israel's blessing. Jump to 40.
40 Salak. 40. Yeah, Khan. Yeah, that's what I'm. This is Genesis. I'm gonna start at Genesis 27. I'm gonna start at 37. It says, Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for service. And with corn and wine have I sustained him, and what shall I do unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but blessed my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
He was going to have the riches of the earth. Okay? I mean, how does he get the riches? Well, it's going to explain.
And the dew of heaven from above.
Begin to cover the earth with like a dew. Cover the grass. All right? Go ahead.
And by thy sword thou shalt live.
Right, and by thy sword shalt thou live. Now, Revelation 6:4 just said that a great sword was given to them. Now you can correlate that to Esau's blessing. Right now, read Hebrews 11 and 12. Because that's swore. We go to the word swore, it's marab. We go to deep enough. It says wasting. All right, because a sword is used for wasting.
1019. 1019. 10. A month. Okay, calculus. My bad. It's a lot.
So Hebrews 11 and 12.
Now let's look at Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 20. It reads, by faith Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come.
Right, so the Lord, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau according to things. Let's read it again. God.
It says, for by faith Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come.
Right, so that blessing was according to things to come. Okay? And so now the Lord has put the Spirit on his men, all right, to look for, to know the mystery and then put forth that mystery. Because this is a mystery. All right, just like Esau's kingdom, it's a mystery.
Mystery Babylon.
Yeah, exactly. The last kingdom in the world is a mystery, right? And a mystery, that mystery has been essentially given to the elect, all right, to sound the alarm all over the world, to let you know. It's like it said in 2 Thessalonians 2, I think it was the 8th word. Start at 7. Right, so these blessings that they received was for the future time, all right, and we're in that time.
2 Thessalonians 2, start at 7. For the mystery of iniquity has already worked.
Yeah, so the mystery, that word again, mystery of iniquity does already work. Right? And that was through the Romans. You see? And we read Revelation, the 13th chapter. It was given power to do all the works of the first beast. All right? So that's America doing the same works as the Roman Empire. Go ahead.
Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
Yeah, the person that's letting Esau do it is so the person that's doing correct. If the person that's letting Esau do his works in the earth is the most like Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shah. So like it's Joel 14 and 5.
It says, verse 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed.
Right, so the wicked is supposed to be revealed. All right? And how is he being revealed? The scripture says in Psalms, the 64th chapter, if somebody can get that. Yeah, he's being revealed by his own tongue. So his own people are telling on him. His own nation of people are telling on him. Okay, that's why they were able to reveal the secret societies and everything that they've been doing in these secret societies. Okay, so you got it.
Psalm 64 and 8.
And then you jump back.
So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away.
Yep, so their tongue shall fall upon themselves. So there's another way that this devil, that's one aspect of how this devil is being revealed. And then ultimately by the mouth of the prophets. Okay? So everywhere you turn on the news.
Revelation 11.
Con. This devil is being revealed. The so-called white man's corruption is being revealed. His history and everything he's done in the earth is being revealed. Right? And you can't stop it. You see? You can't stop it.
Right. And a lot of knowledge that we have acquired have came through them revealing themselves. You know, but the only difference is between us and them is that they can't go into the truth, you know, which is the scriptures. We connect what they're saying with the prophecies written in the scriptures and bring it all together.
Yeah, and they don't know that now you gotta, I mean, you know, some how can I say this? Some people hope that this ain't talking about America. You see? A lot of people hoping that Esau ain't America, but Esau is very well connected to America. America is the spawn of Esau. So you got it.
Back so,
Real quick, this is Mark 3 and 24. It says, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand.
Perfect. That goes with the Psalm 64. his tongue shall fall upon themselves. So they're not even able to. They're divided. Esau is divided. All over the world, they're divided. You know.
Like you know that Spider-Man meme, and them all like pointing at each other. That's Esau, man.
You mentioned divided, right? It says, and if a house be divided against itself,
That's America. That house that's being divided right now is America.
that house cannot stand.
Right? That house cannot stand. Because what, you got Democrat against Republican. The Democrats saying we gotta get what's she say? We gotta get extreme or come on, say. She said something to that, but even before her, they were saying they were making threats one to another, you know. And then you got the citizens, the people, their constituents, they hate each other, man. They running each other over during rallies and shit.
Yeah.
You know, you got white nationalists, they running other Edomites over, you know, shooting other Edomites.
One of the nationalists just knocked out one of the citizens, man.
Yep.
I dare you, come on, do it. Bop, knocked, pop sex and shit.
You got Edomite Trump supporters fighting
Yeah,
Jake
I was
Trump
about to say.
fighters.
Yep.
Stupid ass.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah.
They both had MAGA hats on,
Yeah.
man, but they was on top of Jake.
Yo, beating Jake ass. That's what dumb ass kid. Fuck yeah.
So you weren't supposed to vote anyway, nigger.
Gave his ass the big boot.
Big boot. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end.
Yep. So the end and the end is manifest. Yep. And we see the end right in front of our eyes.
Yeah, the end it correlates to how do we know it's the end? The end is synonymous with Esau.
Yeah.
See, that's how we know that this is Esau's empire. That's how you know that this is the end. Because, I mean, that's how we know that Esau is ruling right now. Because of all the different prophecies. Somebody real quick, Matthew 24:3. Because the prophecies tell you
The
that
signs.
this is it. It gives you the signs on the end.
Yeah.
And the scriptures tell us that Esau is the end of the world.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Because they came out with all of these. I forget the correct term to use, but Esau is. They've been talking about post scarcity, and you hear a lot more of the end of the world talk, and in this time more than ever.
Yeah.
You know, you got the zeitgeist. They go into it, you know, and all of this. Everybody's going into the end of the world, you know.
Because of the prophecies.
Yep.
You may not know in detail the prophecies, but that's how you know that's the spirit of the Lord, though. You may not know the depths of the prophecies, but people can feel like it's an end. This thing is coming to an end. And really, it's just talking about the age. This age is ending. Go ahead, Matthew 24.
It's the book of St. Matthew, chapter 24, verse 3.
And it reads, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world?
So the question is, what shall be the sign of your coming? What shall be the sign of the kingdom of heaven? Because Yahushua equals the kingdom of heaven. Okay? That's why Acts, the first chapter, they asked now is the time to restore the kingdom into Israel. So they understood the scriptures that when the Messiah returns, this is going to be the salvation of Israel. It was already understood. So he said, what shall be the signs of thy coming? Go ahead. And somebody look up the word world in the Greek. And it should be eon.
Yeah. And that's like dealing with age, right?
The age. Yep. It's an age. Go ahead.
It's wait, you want me to get the definition?
Yeah,
of
get the
word?
definition first.
It's the definition for the word.
And then somebody jump and get Genesis, the 25th chapter.
Definition for the word world.
It's the Greek word eon.
All right, and it says, age.
Yep.
Yeah, somebody read. Yep. It says an age. Yeah.
Keep going. It's
A
some more in there.
Period of time.
A period of time.
Age. It says
A per-
Perpetuity.
perpetuity of time.
Somebody look up that word perpetuity. A perpetuity of time.
That's another way of saying perpetual. Yeah, so, continuous.
It says by implication the world, especially.
Yeah, that's it. Basically, it says an age, right?
Yeah. Kind of.
That's basically what it's talking about. An age. Eon is an age. So they're asking, when is this age going to be over with? Right? Go ahead. Go ahead.
It says, and Yahushua answered, like back in St. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 4, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
Right?
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed.
So these are the signs of the end. There's going to be false prophets. There's going to be various of different sects, different groups, apostates. There's going to be men that's going to try to divert you away from the gospel. Okay? Hold that. Stay right there. Somebody else get wolves in sheep's clothing. And then wolves in sheep's clothing. And then get 2 Peter 2:1. Let's break it down. Because Matthew 24 is a heavy, it's heavy, man. All right? The Lord gave you in detail on what you should be looking for. Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 7, verse 15. Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing.
Yeah, beware of false prophets that come to you in sheep's clothing. So they come humble. You know? They come kind. They come as if the Lord sent them. Warn to you. Go ahead, read it again.
It says, beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing.
Now, who is saying this?
It's the Lord. That's red letter.
Well, what chapter?
Matthew 7.
Matthew 7, right. So the Lord is giving you, throughout his ministry, he was preparing them for what they was going to come up against when he left. That's what Yahushua was doing. He was giving them the entire down run on what you're going to face when I leave. And they didn't understand it until later.
Actually giving them the blueprint.
Right, exactly. He gave them the blueprint. So the first thing is be not deceived. There's going to be guys that's going to come as if they're the Messiah. There's going to be guys that's going to come as if they're basically for the will of coming in the will of Yahweh Shemel Shah. Shepherds, right. Go ahead.
And it says, but inwardly they are ravening wolves.
Yeah, but inwardly ravening wolves. You know, which is vicious. They're for their own gain. Right? Go ahead.
It says,
Ferocious. Savage.
Savages.
To prey.
See, they're preying on the people. Remember, leading silly women captive. They prey on the weak. You know?
it says, devour greedily.
Greedily. To seize. Pillage. Yep.
You raping the people.
Yeah, basically.
That's what you're doing.
Taking their position.
Taking them, yep, taking advantage of them.
Yep.
That's what it means to see. So basically, you graping, you wicked Israelites, you false prophets, is really graping the children of Israel, man. You taking taking advantage of them. You know.
Verse 16.
Yeah, I just have the definition of wolves.
Go ahead.
Strong's G3074, Lucas. This is in the blue letter. It says metaphorically of cruel, greedy, rapacious means covetous, destructive men, meaning the opposite of a sheep. Because a sheep is selfless. A sheep don't have self-interest. Serving the will, they're doing the will of the Lord. But a wolf is the opposite. They care about themselves. They're narcissistic. They only care about financial gain and what they can get out of it.
Yeah.
A wolf is crazy.
Yeah. Yep. You will see damn near 15 wolves on one animal.
I'm about to say that they don't run alone.
No,
Yeah,
they don't.
they run in packs. Yeah, wolves go. Yep, yep.
But that's how
Yeah, that's how they're stronger.
Yeah, packs. Yep.
but that's how these false prophets are too, man. You see them in the crowds and the
Hey, if you want to, you can link that to the unity camps.
Yep.
They're always trying to heap disciples unto themselves.
Yep.
You know. Verse 16, it says, "Ye shall know them by their fruits." Matthew 7 and 16. Do
Yeah,
men-
you shall know them by their fruits. Meaning the type of seed that comes from them, you can see how they're corruptible. They don't have a spirit. They don't understand what this truth is about. You know? So you should know them by their fruit. No spiritual bone in them. They don't understand the doctrine. They don't understand the prophecies. You know? Their mindset is totally far, far from the salvation of the Lord. Far from the Lord's return.
They speak of themselves. They speak of they don't.
Yep. Genesis.
Genesis, yeah. I ain't gonna say their name.
Genesis.
Yeah, because they came from high priest people.
Yep. Big G's only, not the little ones. You know? That's self-glorification.
One of the guys.
That's done with self-glorification right there. You know?
It says, "Do men gather grapes or thorns or figs or thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit."
See, a corrupt tree is going to bring forth evil fruit. And you shall know them by their fruits. Okay? It says, what defileth the man? What's coming out of their mouth? Somebody get that real quick. That's Matthew 11. Yep. But read into it, because it tells you what comes from the heart first.
I got you. This is Matthew.
These is the signs. You got to pay attention. These are the signs of false prophets. This is what Yahushua began to explain to them. Okay? Go ahead.
Matthew 15 and 7. It says, "Ye hypocrites, well did Isaiah prophesy of you, saying, This people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth and honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me."
Yeah, they give out what it say? They speak well,
Yeah.
you know, but their heart, which is their mind, is far from the Lord. Read that again.
It says, "This people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth
Yeah.
and honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me."
Yep. And their heart, their mind, their conduct, their attitude is far, far, far from the Lord. You know, they just talking. They talk the talk, but they not walking the walk.
Yeah.
You know. Go ahead.
Verse 8, it says, verse 9, "But in vain they do worship me."
In vain they worship the Lord. You see? Because truly they're not really worshiping the Lord. They really worshiping themselves, and they're using the Lord as a stepping stone for the weak to, because you know, Jake, the scripture says having a form of godliness but denying the power. So Jake all has a form of, we want to seek the Lord. That's what they was worshiping in Mars Hill, the invisible power. So they have within their spirit to worship the Lord, but they have to be guided the right way. You have motherfuckers literally, deliberately know these people seeking the Lord, but they're going to use them for their own ill will. That's Jake. There's Jason, all right, and the Maccabees. You know, there's the wicked Pharisees, all right, the Sanhedrin, who made a league with the Roman Empire. You know, go ahead.
It says, "But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men."
Yep, the commandments of men. So everything is about themselves, their own personal traditions, not the traditions of the Lord. Is what man set up and what they established. This is what we're going to follow. The commandment of men.
"And he called the multitude and said unto them, Hear and understand. Not that which goeth into the mouth defileth a man,
Right?
but that which cometh out of the mouth, this defileth a
And this
man.
is how they're defiling themselves. See? It ain't what you eating, is what's coming out of your mouth. Because remember, the mouth is likened to a sacrifice. You see? It's an offering. When you're speaking, especially when you're speaking dealing with the Lord, it's likened to a sacrifice. Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes 5:1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High,
Right?
and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools.
That's it.
For they consider not that they do eat.
See, so you're sacrificing things by the way of mouth, and that turns into guile, that turns into deceit. You know?
Because it says, the following precept, it says, be not rash with thy mouth.
Be not rash with your mouth. You gotta watch what the F you say out of your mouth. That's why the scripture says every idle word. You see? All these steps is very, very important, man. And Jake, forget, this is basically fundamental. This is basics. You gotta watch what you say. You gotta watch what you putting out there. You know?
That's like the most basic thing you can do, because idle goes into without like study.
Right.
You know, just speaking idle words. That's the obvious thing. Like you study before, study the subject matter before you bring out.
Yeah, the scriptures tell you too.
And that's universal, man. Keeping your goddamn mouth shut. Don't be. You can get beat up, shot.
You can go to
All
any
type of
world,
shit can happen to you when you open up your fucking mouth.
in any world.
A soft answer turneth away wrath. Whatever you do, when you open up your mouth, man. James speak about how about the tongue, on how the tongue has many the fire or somebody, you know what I'm talking about, right? James 5, James 3, yeah, get that.
That's why they say in the world, that old saying, you don't have anything good to say.
Don't say nothing at all. Yep. Somebody get that in James.
Yeah.
James 3. James 3 and 5, it says, even so the tongue is a little member and boasteth great things.
Yeah, the tongue is a little member, but it boasts of great things. Go ahead.
Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth.
Yeah, a little. It can start a war. See,
Words.
your words can start a war. You know that saying, "Sticks and stones may break my own, but words will never hurt me." Fuck no, words will cut you deep. Words can get a whole community bombed.
Yeah.
You see, words can get somebody put to death.
Yeah, because the scripture talk about lies.
Yep.
Like the worst thing ever.
Go ahead, read that again.
It says, even so,
The tongue is a little member and boasteth great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth.
Yeah, man, it can kindle a great big fire. Okay, go ahead.
verse 6, and the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity.
Woo, a world of iniquity. So the things you send out your mouth, man, can go get you in trouble. See?
They can get others in trouble.
Real quick, jump and get every idle word. Somebody get it real quick. Every idle word. And then jump right back to James. Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 12, verse 36. Red letter, Yahweh shall speaking. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment.
That's why the doctrine is so important. Having the scriptures speak about knowing everything accurately. That's why the scriptures is very, very important to understand and break it down the proper way. Read that again.
Matthew 12 and 36. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment.
Yep, so you got to keep your fucking mouth shut if you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You know? Because if you're saying that you're not supposed to worship Yahweh Shai, that's a red flag. If you're saying that John the Baptist is not in the truth, that's a red flag. If you're saying the Trinity is a part of the doctrine, if you're saying Joseph and Mary never had sex, if you're saying the mark of the beast is an embargo, right? If you're saying if it's sin, these things is actually going to get Jake in trouble with the Lord.
Because they can't prove that it says otherwise. You can't prove that it don't. What it say.
It ain't in there.
Yeah, it ain't in there.
It ain't in there. Go ahead.
Verse 37. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned.
There you go. See, by the tongue. That's why the scripture says, warn them from me. I'm gonna give you that mouth. I'm gonna give you the words to speak. All right? That's it. The Lord give us the words to speak. Warn them from me. Don't go speaking your own thing. That's very, very important. You see?
And the scriptures tell you what happened to those that speak their own heart, and who that prophesy out of their own heart.
Prophesy out of their own heart, right?
That's what
Go ahead.
The second chapter come in play.
Go ahead.
This is 2 Peter, the second chapter, the first verse. It says, "But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among them."
See, now Peter is re-quoting what Yahushua was telling them in Matthew 24.
Right.
You see, everything that the Lord was giving them, they would begin to give that in the epistles. They were saying those same things in those epistles. When Yahushua told Peter, Satan is out to sift you, Peter went and mimicked that and said, the devil is like a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour.
Yeah, that's right.
So watch. Go ahead.
Who privately shall bring in damnable heresies,
Who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, which is destructible tenets, destructible words. All right? A heresy is a tenet. It goes back to the word tenet, which means your own opinion.
It says
Go ahead.
a little bit. It says heresy is doctrine or opinion at variance with established standards.
See? So it's what the fuck you think. But this ain't about what we think or how we feel. That's why we say, hey, it's written in the scriptures. It's in the scriptures. That's wholeheartedly having faith in the book, not halfway. The word of God is contained in the Bible, but the word, whatever the dumb nigga said, you know, talking about self-proclaimed priests, Ka, so-called, you know.
even denying the Most High that brought them,
Yep.
and bring upon themselves swift destruction.
Yeah, because when you begin to speak your own thing, you deny the Lord. Because the Lord gave you a blueprint on what to say. Because what was told to us to say brings forth what is prophecy. So if you bring it forth your own thing, it ain't gonna bring forth prophecy. Prophecy is the spirit of Yahushua. Revelation 19:10. The testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. So when you say things out your mouth, that ain't lining up with what's supposed to happen in the world.
They speak not according to his doctrine or gospel.
Yep. The truth is not in them. That's very important. This is basic. This is really fundamental. Go ahead.
And many shall follow their pernicious ways,
Yep.
by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of.
See, many shall fall after their pernicious, their destructible way, the deacon destruction mode. Come on, man. Does that make any sense?
It do. Now it do.
You know? Many shall follow after their pernicious. Pernicious meaning destruction.
Yeah. It says evil, wicked, having the property of destroying or being
Injurious. Yep.
destructive. Deacon destructive.
Deacon destructive mode.
Deacon pernicious.
You see? You in the book, nigga. You don't even know it.
Man.
Go ahead.
It says, and many shall follow their pernicious ways,
You ain't no priest J. Reed. Go ahead.
by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of.
You see, and by the lies and the deceit, people gonna look at the truth like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
You see? People gonna be shunning away from it because y'all making the truth look bad. Because it ain't what y'all about. There's bickerings, these fighting. That's why people say there's number confusion going on with y'all.
Slander.
You know?
Well, when he said what he said about us being rapists, you know, the the apostle, he was just speaking the truth on the matter.
That's
But he
it.
making that truth, now that truth has become like people shun it.
Yeah.
You know, it's their go-to move
Yep.
when they ready to scoff. You
And
know?
the thing is, he knew that niggas wasn't gonna get it. Cause I remember him saying it. I remember them saying, "Oh, they gonna be offended at this one."
Mhm.
You know.
Oh well.
It says, "And go."
We agree with the doctrine. If you were wondering,
Right. We agree.
we agree. Right? We ain't part of that 25%.
Because those men that's learned would understand.
Men that have the foundation.
Yeah.
A lot of you niggas ain't got no foundations. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, if you are a man of the Lord and have discernment, you would have understood where he was coming from just by understanding the precept in Deuteronomy.
Yep.
You know, that there's a law on it. You know?
It's really simple.
Yeah, it is.
And I wouldn't even. I mean, it's in a sense, it's meat, but then again, it's just basic cultural history that's happening till this day. It's an ancient history that's happening till this day.
And you can't stop it. That's what it is. But the law stops it. The law diverts it.
I got a precept.
But it's the truth. In the ancient world, the women were raised to be women be wives at a young age. That when you even look up ancient Israelite customs, that's one of the main tenets of our ancient society.
Yeah.
And Jake is ashamed of that. Now, I'm gonna do a lesson. I did the lesson on it like 3 or 4 times in the last 10 years, but I'm gonna do another lesson on it because you can literally go look up ancient Israelite customs, and it's gonna say that we had we was talking about it on Thursday. Arranged marriages. We had arranged marriages where our daughters were raised up to be wives, to be servants first, and then become wives to please their husband.
Yep.
They wasn't playing with Legos and blocks, you dumbass niggas. Sitting down watching
baby dolls
Coco
and
Melon
shit.
or some dumb
Yeah.
shit, you stupid niggas.
Yeah.
Yeah, like man,
No, they was being trained up,
being trained.
like off of the movie Coming to America.
And their mindsets were completely different.
Yep.
They had the mindset of a older woman.
Yep.
You know, a more mature woman.
Yep.
You see?
They knew how to clean. They
Right.
knew how to cook.
Right.
You know, they being shaped up on how to properly please a man.
Yeah. Probably
see?
could help heal your wounds.
Yep.
Dress your wounds and all of that.
Yep.
You know?
They was in a sense like a prep school for women.
Yeah.
By the handmaids. See, the handmaids that the mother had would train up the daughter. This is how it's supposed to be done. One of the first commandments is be fruitful and multiply. So when a woman reaches that peak of her age, the first thing the Lord said is when he created the creatures was to be fruitful and multiply. So when she reached the flower of her age, between 11 to 15, that's when she can fulfill the law to multiply. And 12-year-olds, 13, 14, 15, 16, is getting pregnant to this fucking day, nigga. This shit was happening in the time of slavery, right? This was happening in the 60s, the 50s, and it's still happening today. It's this chick, she had a baby at 13, didn't have one at 15, didn't have one at 17 or something like that. And now she's 22 with 3 kids already. That's how it's supposed to be, 22 with 3.
Well, you had to grow up fast in the ancient world. You had to become a young man at the age of 12. You had to learn how to become a man because technology wasn't that as advanced as it is now. And the part of the technology being advanced is technology is really wicked.
Yeah.
You know, because it takes that adolescence to make it. You know, but you had to learn how to grow up fast in the ancient world. And we're going back to that way because it was a primal world. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? You wasn't protected, you know? And in this world, you still not protected, you know?
Niggas is just weak.
It's just a trap, it's deception, man. The whole
Niggas
fucking
just weak.
system.
Niggas is weak. Weak-minded niggas, man. Weak-ass fucking pussy-fied, simple-ass, dildo-head-ass niggas.
That Jacob, 12 years old, ruled in Israel.
You had kings.
That kings ruled in Israel.
Yep.
So, but that's what made us different from all the other nations.
Israelite kings did that.
Plus, we have royal customs.
Yeah.
Customs.
And even within that, those young kings, they had advisors who were already in war and knew the acts, and they was raising them up.
Watering it down. But yeah, that's it.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 20 and verse 18, and then I'm going to read it in the GNT. It's KJV first. It says, to slip upon a pavement is better than to slip with the tongue. So the fall of the wicked shall come speedily. And I got it in GNT. Sirach 20 and 18, Good News Translation. It says, the slip of the tongue is worse than a slip on the pavement. The wicked will go to ruin just as suddenly as a person slips and falls.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, suddenly. You can bust your ass quick.
And you forgot what happened.
Yeah.
Fuck your cheekbone up. Wait, I got something back here. This 1 Peter 3 and 10. It says, for he that will love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil, and his lips that they speak no guile. Let him eschew evil and do good. Let him speak peace and pursue.
That's it. And the peace is the scriptures. Yep. So that's it on that. Let's go back to Matthew 24. So now we know the first thing Yahweh warned is about the false prophets. Because through the false prophets' lies and deceit, that brings forth death. So this is why it's very important to understand who's really a prophet and who's not a prophet. You see? Go ahead.
Book of St. Matthew, chapter 24, verse 4. And Yahweh answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
There we go. You gotta. Now the scriptures speak about study. You gotta study to show thyself approved, rightly dividing the word of truth. So you gotta go dig yourself, not asking everybody on the comment board, does this sound right? Yes or no? Put a 1. That don't make no damn sense. That's stupid. Like, what are you talking about? That's stupid.
Yeah, and his intent is to get people to believe how he sees shit.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's wicked.
Yeah, that's bogus.
They not studious. You're not even studious. Does this make sense to y'all? It ain't gonna make sense to you niggas.
Because you live in a modern day world. You live with a modern day mindset. You know what I'm saying? So how the fuck is going? You can't relate. You can't even relate to the ancient customs.
Yep.
To you, it's just absurd. But it's a completely different way, man.
It says, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am anointed, and shall deceive many.
Right, so basically they're saying that they're chosen. Because that's what anointed means. It
Yep.
means to be chosen.
Yep. These are the signs, right? These are the signs of the end. When shall the end of the age be? Well, we witnessing it. It ain't just with Israelites. It's with other plantation Christianity, Roman Catholicism, Islam, whatever. You know, don't be deceived.
Verse 6, it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
There you go, wars and rumors of wars. And those was happening back in the ancient world. You had the one of the first wars after this time period was the what they call the Jewish-Roman wars. You see? You had the Jewish-Roman wars, right? You had the Crusades. You see? So you had various of different wars that was happening from that time all the way until now.
Yeah. The Turks.
Yep. You had the Turkish war. It was all type of wars. Wars show signs of end. Remember, Yahweh Shai came in the last days. We're at the end of the last days. You see? The last war is going to be World War III. You know?
And then we said a great falling away, which is a huge sign.
Yep.
That's 70 AD. And then the serpent being loose for a little season.
Yep. Go ahead,
It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Yeah, wars and rumors of wars. That's what we've been hearing now today. Okay? Wars and rumors of wars. You got certain where you got, I think North Korea are doing drills with Russia to go invade Ukraine. Yeah, it was just an article on that. I don't know if it's to invade Ukraine, but North Korea and Russia are doing drills or something like that for the purpose of Ukraine. See, they don't even tell you that that war's still going on. You see? That's a proxy war. A proxy war is where you're gonna have, like, let's say America ain't physically bringing the U.S. troops there, but they're supplying the war. You know, they're supplying this country with weapons and, you know, shit like that, so they can fight the opposing person. That's how all wars start. It starts through a proxy war.
But I recently seen a video today where they actually sending American troops on the ground in Israel right now.
In Israel?
Yeah, they sending troops in.
You said 12,000 troops?
No, I'm talking about Ukraine.
Oh.
Yeah. But that's still, it's heating up.
Yeah.
You know, but now they got to tread lightly now, because you sending American soldiers over there. That's gonna bring in Iran and Russia. You see?
Did you hear the recent news about that war in Israel? That apparently Hezbollah sent missiles
To the Israeli,
what was his name? Not a Jew.
yeah, not a Jew.
Yeah, they blew up his residence. They sent rockets at his residence. They sent it to his.
But those are all those rumors.
Yeah.
Those are rumors.
So that's gonna piss him off.
Those are rumors. Let's say now if it's true, okay, we getting somewhere. You know, but as of now, they're rumors. Until further proof. But go ahead.
It says, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass.
So we're seeing, don't be startled, don't be troubled. This is what's supposed to happen in the end of an age. That's what we're going back to. This is the end of an age. These are things that's giving us the signs of the times. Go ahead.
It says, but the end is not yet.
Yep.
For nation shall rise against nation.
Which will be likened to racial scrimmages, racial tensions. Go ahead.
And kingdom against kingdom.
Yep, which we see that. The various of these empires or kingdoms feuding. The top kingdoms of today will be Russia, Iran, America, China. All right? And they have their own allies and whatnot.
It says, and there shall be famines and pestilences.
Yeah, so famines is a lack of bread, which we can see that through the destroying of the farms. We can see that through the low quality of the crops. All right? We can see that through lack of food in the storehouses too. Yep.
Cargo ship on lake.
Yep.
That's been going on. That was going on for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, almost a month.
So that's a famine. Yep. So that's a famine right there. Okay. Go ahead.
And pestilences.
Which is what? A dis-ease, right? Diseases. 2020. And then there's various diseases. Remember, this is going from the ancient world until now. You had the bubonic plague, which was pneumonia. You had different other deadly diseases, throughout the time. Cancer, syphilis, smallpox, AIDS, all right, influenza, the bird's flu, the Spanish flu, Ebola. These are different signs of the times with these different diseases. Now you had the coronas, the C19, right? Now they have different variants of that. Yeah, the H1N1. So all these are signs of the end.
You can actually research and Google an exercise that they did. I believe it was 2022. It's called Catastrophic Contagion 2025. You know, you can actually, yeah. So and it's the same thing they did.
Right.
It's called Get 208. So like 2025, it could be.
Yep. It's gonna get real ugly.
Yeah, what they said it was 2025 was going to be a
Yep.
It says, and earthquakes in diverse places.
Yep, earthquakes, and if you can just look up earthquakes, there's a statistic, earthquakes, not a statistic, yeah, like a, how would you say, a reading of all the earthquakes that takes place throughout the world, or even America, and that's been off the charts. You know,
New York City.
I was just thinking about that.
Now, New York City isn't well, at least New York City, not New York State. New York City is not built to receive earthquakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's built on land,
Yep.
which is
And it's actually like
Yeah, they'll slide their ass right into the ocean. They'll slide their ass right into the sea if America get destroyed by an earthquake. All that's going into the water.
It says, verse 8, it says, all these are the beginning of sorrow.
See, these are the beginning stages of the end. You know, crises. Those are crises. You know.
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
What is it? I know it's one. This Jeremiah 51, starting at verse 45. My people, go ye out of the midst of her, and deliver ye every man his soul from the fierce anger of the Lord Yahweh. Ultimately, all of these different combinations of events that the brother is reading, it's all due to that fierce anger of the Lord. Man.
Right.
That's the reason why these things are coming to pass. The Lord is fed up with this place. I'm telling you. Second Ezra, if you know the whole this term, no more for their wickedness that they wickedly commit. My rough paraphrase. So the Lord has pretty much had it up to here with this place, man. It's at a full. It's at as a time of Noah. When you read in Genesis the 6th chapter,
Yep.
it said wickedness, the heart of man was only evil continually.
Yeah, somebody can get that. Yep,
Right.
get that. And then get as well when it says that the sins reach to the heavens. In Revelation, yep. So these are all signs, man. Like, we really here. So if you fall out now, it's like, God, if you don't do what you need to do right now, man, it's over with for you. It's like we at the boat, like we at the pinnacle of as the scripture says, it's a high time to wake up out of sleep. You know?
Yeah, we went into that early. And then the word for sleep is
Hoopnos.
right? And I found out a few days ago that it says spiritual torpor. And when you go into torpor, that's the lack.
It's a daze.
Yeah, it's the lack of
torpor. Yep.
It's a lack of life. It's
Yep.
a lack of vigor. It's a lack of, And so again, the spirit is supposed to be
All these people is hypnotized.
Yeah.
And how you say it, one shape, form, or fashion, these people are hypnotized. They're hypnotized with the basketball wives. They're hypnotized with the celebrity beefs. They're hypnotized with the sports. They're hypnotized with wickedness. They're hypnotized with everything. These people are actually walking around warped. Their minds are warped in entertainment or this or that. And people don't know, Jake don't know what the fuck is going on in the world.
You can tell
And the bitches? Oh, the bitches!
They go crazy for this shit.
The bitches. These bitches is through.
Oh yeah,
And when you mentioned warping, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's Isaiah. I know Isaiah 13. I know it's in Isaiah. It mentioned about warping, right?
Yep.
So basically, yeah. Perverse spirit in the earth. That's
Yep.
why the Lord said he'll make a perverse spirit.
That's
A lot
it.
of people is perverse.
That's it right there. Yep.
You mentioned sleep. A lot of people, distracted spiritually.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a big distraction spiritually. People is moved by different events. Like who was that nigga that just got joint? Big Meech.
is bothering.
Oh, they really glorifying that shit.
Oh, you in the house arrest.
He in the house arrest, yeah.
But that's just gonna get people talking, and then they're gonna be it's already shit. Did he snitch? How did he get out? He must have made now they saying he's a which I don't give a fuck. I was just strolling, and I just seen the title, so I just listened in on it. Watchmen. And he said some he supposedly had a third party deal where he had to say something to get out at this particular time. Well, I don't give a fuck. It don't even matter to me. But it's gonna get all these niggas' minds going to that now. So it's these different chambers of distractions.
Yeah, to keep you hooked into that world.
That's it.
That big niche.
Spiritual distracted.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Spiritual distractions.
Even that's prophecy. First Thessalonians the 5th chapter speaks about how the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night.
That's it.
All of this is to keep them asleep. you
Yep.
know?
Oh, also to make mention of the bitches though, and not just them, just niggas too, but it's like a lot of women. It's like their minds is totally. It's just she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. Every weekend, remember, it went from can't wait to get out of work, and then you go kick it and party on the weekend, right? But now this shit is every day. You get out of work, they got bottles. You get out of work, you know what I'm saying? It's some type of event. Remember, Sunday is supposed to be the rest day, quote unquote. You got Sunday fun day. You got Thirsty Thursdays. You know what I'm saying? Taco Tuesdays. And all that involves
Freaky Friday.
liquor, drugs, Freaky Fridays.
Freaky Friday.
You know?
Wicked Wednesday.
Wicked Wednesday. Every day of the week has something going on, especially in Atlanta,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
especially in the A. Every day in the A is something happening down there, So how much more other cities and stuff? And guess who there? Keisha bald-headed ass, right in the middle of it. So these women, they through. They done for. And I'll be scrolling, I'll be watching like, damn, you out again. This, that, blah, blah, like. And they repeating everything. That's how you know they fucking minds is going. If you doing the same thing over and over and over, like, damn, you ain't tired of that shit? You ain't getting no break? Well, all this money coming in there. You see?
Supposed to be the main one saying that they're different and not like other, women, whatever the case. Like, no, y'all all the same.
I don't hang with no bitches, and then the weekend you with number bitches. I ain't got no friends, it's just me, and then you with all type, like y'all phony, y'all fake, y'all delusional. Like they through. Go ahead.
This book of 2 Peter, chapter 2 and verse 9, and it reads, "The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations." Here's the point. "And to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished." They're reserved, like you said, that their minds are warped. Right?
They don't even know they just walking into a fire. They walking into a fire. Literally, they walk into a burning building. Go ahead.
Alright, this is Habakkuk 2:1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what thou wilt say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am.
We are on the watchtower. Wait, the Lord is going to deliver my spirit.
And the Lord, Yahweh Shai, answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run and read it. The vision goes back to the prophecy. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak.
Now everybody can't understand that vision. Real quick, get Proverbs 9 and 8. He said, make it plain upon the tables. Okay? Go ahead.
So the book of Proverbs chapter 9 and verse 8, and it reads, reprove not a scorner.
8 and 9.
8 and
Yeah.
It's the book of Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 9, and it reads,
They are all plain. Yeah, they are all plain to him that understandeth.
See? Make it plain upon tables. It's all plain. It's accurate. We can understand it. You know? See, they don't see that this is what that said prophecy is talking about. You know, it said make it plain upon the tables. It's only plain unto those that the Lord has given understanding to. So when we going around, like it says, they see but they perceive not, they hear but they hear not, we breaking it down to them, but they have no understanding, so they ain't, it's just going to go in one ear and out the other. And that's scary. I'm telling you, I'm looking dead at you, telling you that the building is on fire. And you're like, yeah, okay. And then you walk into the building. You know? That's basically what it is. The building is, there's a bomb in the building. Well, Chris Tucker say, there's a bomb in the building. And we tell you it's a bomb in the building. And after speaking to you, you walk right into the motherfucking building. That's you people.
He got on the strong blues and shirt.
Yeah.
I'm putting strong blues and shirt back.
Yep.
They're forgetful hearers. You know, precept. Well, yeah.
Whoever got precept on it, bring it up. All right, go ahead.
book of Proverbs chapter 8 verse 9, it says, they are all plain to him that understandeth, and right to them that find knowledge.
And right to them that find knowledge. This is what a knowledge is at. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time. If that don't mean nothing, I mean, if that didn't have so much power right now, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. The reason why we are mentally and spiritually stable on what's happening right now, and there's going to be more to come, is because the Lord has given us the understanding about these things. You're nothing without understanding, man. You're nothing without having some type of understanding of the times. Understanding the times are very, very crucial to your life. You know? It's very crucial to understanding that this is a fallen empire. Because now, with understanding that this is a fallen empire, there's a lot of sub things that's going to happen in the empire. Race riots, economic collapse, stagnation, inflation, you know, hostility, you know, the love of many shall wax cold. So it's a lot of things that plays into the part of on the fall of the empire. It's so much shit that actually goes on when the empire is falling. You know? And these people don't see it. They don't see it. They happy as hell out here. You know? Go ahead.
We've been blessed to understand truth. You know, that's why scripture say, you shall know the truth shall set you free.
Man, these niggas think COVID-19 is over with. They really think that, okay, that was just a part of history. Yeah, they have no idea that it's finna come back around 10 times. 10 times forward. Oh, we got past that. It's something to happen 1,000 times more harder. You know?
That was really just a test run.
That was a test.
The rift thing, bro. That's why Bill Gates said what he said. You know? And he smiled when he said it too.
Yeah.
He said the next one started smirking. Yeah.
See how they react. See how people react.
How do you know there's gonna be a next one, nigga? I thought the V was to help all this shit. You know?
I got a piece of real quick. This is Sirach 39 and 24. As his ways are plain unto the holy, So are they a stumbling block into the wicked?
See, as his ways is plain unto the holy. Somebody look up the word plain.
I've been had it.
Yeah, there's a spirit. Go ahead.
It's the word plain etymon online. It says flat, smooth, and it says let's see, it says a sense of explicit, clear, evident,
Eye salve, clear.
free from obstruction. So again, like it's like nothing blocking it from
Yeah.
being
Yep.
like fully, So it says simple, sincere, ordinary.
Vision. You someone who can visionaries.
It says without decoration. And it reminds me of what Apostle Paul goes into the gimmicks.
Yeah.
That Jacob tried to bring gimmicks to the truth.
Yeah.
To make it more appealing. You don't have to.
This is without decoration. This is just plain and simple. Yep. The simplicity in Yahushua. Somebody get that real quick. The simplicity in Yahushua. This is simple. You know?
Yeah, facts. It's very simple. Not hard, bro.
Somebody get this. The children of this world is wiser than the children of light.
This is 2 Corinthians 11:3.
It says, "But I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Mashiach Yahushua."
Yeah. You know?
And the serpent is still beguiled.
Beguiled.
Talking
Yep.
about wise and cunning man.
Yeah.
Going into Esau Eve.
So, and that's how a lot of people's minds are beguiled, through the ways of the serpent. I'm thinking of the precept.
Being tricked. Easily tricked. Eve that bitch got tricked. She got easily seduced. Read that again, though. Read that again.
This 2 Corinthians 11:3. But I fear, lest by any means.
Read up a little bit.
2 Corinthians 11, starting from verse 1. 2 Corinthians 11:1, it says, "Would to the Most High that ye bear with me a little in my folly. I indeed bear with me, and indeed bear with me. For I am jealous over you with a godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband,
that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Hamashiach Yahushua."
Yep. So we're supposed to be pure, perfect, not corrupted. He espoused us as a chaste virgin to Yahushua. So we can't be corrupted in our minds. Okay? We got to be pure.
Yeah.
No, yeah, exactly. Say it again. One doctrine. One baptism. Right. Yep. Go ahead.
Verse 3. But I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety.
Yep, through his trickery. Go ahead.
So your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Hamashiach Yahushua.
Yeah, so you can't be corrupted, man. Because this thing is simple. So just in the sense of how Eve was corrupted, like, that's how this truth and the simplicity in Yahushua should enlighten us. Go ahead.
I was getting a definition for
Simplicity.
It's lattes, and that's actually in the Greek Testament. It says
Singleness, simplicity, sincerity, mental honesty.
Yeah.
So that's what this truth is.
Yep. Read that in the NLT. And read it in the GNT, lawyer. 2 Corinthians 11 and what? 4?
That's what I heard.
The 2 Corinthians 11 and 4 in the NLT. You happily put up with whatever anyone tells you, even if they preach a different. No, it's like verse 3.
Right.
But I fear that somehow your pure and undivided devotion to a Mashiach will be corrupted, just as Eve was deceived by the cunning ways of the serpent.
Right.
Hey. So Jake get corrupted like Eve got corrupted.
Go ahead. Verse 3.
Second Corinthians, the 11th chapter, in the 3rd verse, in the Good News translation, it says, I am afraid that your minds will be corrupted and that you will abandon your full and pure devotion to Yahushua, in the same way that Eve was deceived by the snakes, serpents, clever lies.
2 Corinthians 11.
Verse 3 in the GMT.
Why in the spirit I was going to read 2 Corinthians 11 and 3 in the KJV.
Con.
That's spirit, bro.
So Jake got corrupted easily. You know? Itching ears. And we ain't supposed to be like that. You know? Because this thing is supposed to be easy. In fact, the scriptures speak about it have a quick understanding. So it shouldn't be hard to get what the message is. Go ahead. That's it on that. You got something? Go ahead.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 39 and verse 1. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof. Y'all was going into people of the world, they occupy themselves with unimportant shit. You know, they care about stuff that, you know, anything but the truth.
Yeah.
You know, in our mind, anybody that gives their mind to the law of the Most High is occupied in the truth. All right, anything that pertains to Yahweh Shine his ministry. It says, we'll seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. Occupy, one of the definitions is fully situated, like you're immersed in it. It's kind of like falling into a pool of water, and the water just completely engulfs you.
Yeah.
That's the same way you're supposed to be with the truth, right? When it comes to your belief system.
Yeah.
You know, as opposed to halfway. You're supposed to be occupied in prophecy, fully, you know, pushing ministry.
Invested.
Sincerity.
That's why Yahushua mentioned in Revelation said occupy tonight.
That's it. That's it.
So you gotta occupy like you gotta occupy people.
I ain't got it in front of me, but it said basically situated, fully immersed.
Right, situated, fully immersed in this truth until Yahushua return.
Yep.
Because Yahushua want to see us,
The scriptures.
doing the work.
Hey, it said make full proof of thy ministry. So that's being occupied.
Yeah, the word for occupy in the Etymology online, it says to take possession. To take possession of and retain or keep. Also to take up space or room or time.
Yeah, so the Lord gave them talents. He gave them pounds. And you're supposed to take that knowledge in. See? Take the knowledge in that the Lord has given you. Read that again. Occupy means to do what? To take?
It says retain. It says
Retain.
To take possession of and retain.
Yep.
Or keep.
Which is the truth.
To take up space or room or time.
Now, real quick, jump and get that where it says occupy till I come. Because Yahweh said something above that. When he was distributing out the 10 pounds. So he gave the pounds is likened it to what? What is the pounds likened it to?
Like the understanding.
Thank you. Exactly. It's the understanding. So read that.
This is Luke 19:12. It says, he said, therefore, a certain nobleman went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return.
Right?
And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds. And he said unto them, occupy till I come.
So he gave them the knowledge. He gave them the understanding. He said, occupy until I come. So hold on to this. Hold on to this truth, right? Until I come. And when you go into that word occupy in the Greek, it's a business. So you got to manage this business, the householder, a steward. right? So we're stewards. We're managers of the knowledge that the Lord gave us.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you said.
You know?
Maintenance in a way, you know, because if you leave a house unmaintained, you know, maintenance, so it's, you know, it can be corrupted.
Yep.
Well, that's the point of being a student. You got to deal with the maintenance. You got to deal with everything.
That's the occupying.
Yeah,
Go ahead. You got something? Go ahead.
yeah. Yeah, that's
This is Matthew chapter 6 and verse 22. It says, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine
Go ahead, bro.
if therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light.
Meaning, if this is the sole thing you're focusing on, then you're gonna be fully, your body, your spirit's gonna be full of that. You know.
But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness.
Like meaning anything outside of the truth, it's gonna be full of that. You know, because you can corrupt yourself with other things. You know. That's why the Lord say meditate.
If,
Because your mind is like a sponge, and your spirit is too.
if therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?
So if you're not occupied in this thing, then you obviously you're occupied somewhere else. That's why you say you talk about you can't serve mammon.
Yeah.
The same it's right.
Yeah.
It says, verse 24, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other.
Yeah, so mammon, well, go ahead.
You cannot serve God and mammon.
I think mammon is dealing with your flesh.
Money.
Yeah, money, okay. Got it.
Money. Yep.
So, yeah, exactly. So, you gotta serve, you gotta choose, you know?
What business you in?
Yeah. You got it.
Go ahead.
The book of St. Luke, chapter 19 and verse 13, but I'm going to read it two versions. In the NKJV and the NLT. Now, this is the NKJV in Luke 19 and 13. It says, so he called 10 of his servants, delivered to them 10 minas.
Yep.
It says, and said to them,
Which is money.
it says, and said to them, do business till I come.
See that? Do bit. And that right, that's that the pound that they received, that's a good portion.
Yeah.
That's a good portion of money.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's a good portion of money, especially in the ancient world. That the Lord basically He gave you enough for you to get back a good investment on it.
Yeah.
You know, so He gave you just enough. Look up the pound in the Greek and see how much is that pound. Because that's a quite decent amount of money that you can get an investment on. You can get a return on.
Greek word mina. It says, outline biblical usage, it says, in the Old Testament, a weight of 300 shekels was 1 pound.
300 shekels. 300 shekels. See what would be 300 shekels today? That's a lot of money. A pound, he gave them 300 shekels, man.
300 shekels to dollars is 80 bucks. $80.70 United States.
80 bucks? Well, that's a lot in the ancient world. You know, I don't know if that's the exact correct amount, but 300 shekels is a lot of money.
Yeah, 300. This is 300 new shekel equals 80 bucks here. Yeah, because you put in 300 shekels to dollars.
Yeah. But regardless, 300 shekels, that's 1 pound. So that's a lot of that's a lot of knowledge that the Lord has given unto them, that they could be able to go get fruit. You know, pounds, right? Because you had some that had 10 pounds, you had some that had 1 pound, you had some that had 5 pounds. Regardless, the Lord has given you a sufficient amount of money that you can go and take care of the business.
Yeah, because he said he reaps where he is sown not, or something like that.
Yeah, I know.
Like the
It's at the
Lord
end of that.
uses-
It's at the
yeah.
end of it. Yep, yep.
It says in the New Testament, 1 talent was 100 pounds.
And a pound equal 10 and 1/3 ounce.
300 grams.
That's a decent amount of money in the ancient world. So he gave them what could actually sustain them until the Lord came, which was the money, which is the knowledge. So he's given us what we need for salvation, man. All right, we have all of the understanding right now today to obtain salvation. And Jake, is what you read about plain, no decoration,
Yeah, no decoration.
no decoration. You don't need nothing
Yeah,
with this truth.
no gimmicks.
No gimmicks. You don't need nothing. The Lord has given us everything we need for salvation. He's given us all the money that we need to build. It's like building a house. You know?
This is James chapter 2 and verse 5. It says, "Hearken, my beloved brethren, that not the Most High chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith, and heirs of the kingdom which he hath promised to them that love him."
Yep.
Chosen the poor of this world and rich in faith, and that's what brothers is going into.
Well, I got a piece of as it pertains to occupying, because through our occupation, that's how our faith is held intact, kept strong. This is the book of Luke 18 and 8. It says, "I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on earth?" And through your occupation is how you keep your faith. If you don't occupy, definition.
Occupy says, etymology of the word occupy says to take possession of and retain.
Speak up, Akim.
Definition for the word occupy on online etymology dictionary, it says
To take possession of and retain or keep.
Right. So if you retain the knowledge, you'll keep your faith. If you lose the knowledge and you stop occupying, how can your faith really be strong enough? How can you really say you got a solid faith, a solid foundation?
If you ain't occupying, which occupying goes into studying, doing our own work, etc. In the end of that, about the pounds, he said that he will take away what he had. Right? I mean, he's gonna take away the knowledge from him. He's gonna take away the spirit from him.
That's the fear.
Yep. So he giving you the knowledge, and you didn't do shit with it. You didn't go study. You didn't go read. You didn't go on the highways and byways. You didn't make full proof of that ministry. So eventually, that's how you know this is a spirit. This is spiritual. Eventually, when you see guys that ain't been studying and researching and doing what they need to do, you honestly start to see spiritually on how the oil spill. You start to see them not being able to break down precepts, getting things bunched up, getting topics and shit wrong. No, we ain't even talking about that right now. Wrong precept, you know what I'm saying? You can start seeing Jake start to lose it. That's why I always say that Israelite lingo, that shit ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. Because eventually you're gonna have to show yourself approved. eventually you're gonna have to level up. And if you're saying the same thing over and over and over, you're not learning, you're not growing. Now you're just being a mockingbird. You know? So that's the fear, man. If you ain't occupied in this truth, if you ain't doing this daily, not fucking weekly, this is a daily work. If you ain't doing this thing daily, the Lord gonna start taking the spirit from you. And then you're gonna be all bugged out. And you wonder why Jake looking at you funny. You see? Then you wonder why you always offended at shit. Because you ain't got the spirit. See, the spirit would you will have the understanding on not to get offended. You will have the understanding on not to let the sun go down upon your wrath. You will have the understanding to go to your brother, give that before you go give the gift at the altar. You'll have that understanding. But without the understanding, you're just going to be bitter, grievous, grudging, and it's going to show through your spirit. That's what happens when you ain't doing the work of the Lord. You just start to lose shit. So this ain't no joke, man. We ain't in a time to be bullshitting around. The Lord gonna take his spirit from you. He gonna take that talent. He gonna take the money back. You ever had money? Somebody gave you some money, they took the money back? Like, damn. That don't feel good when somebody, they call it Indian giving, Indian giver. I done gave you something, and then I took it back from you. You be pissed off. You know? It would be hurt. Feelings hurt like a motherfucker. You know? And that's what happened. Jake feelings be fucked up because they start to lose the oil. They start to lose the spirit, man. It's your fucking fault. You didn't make good on the investment. Go ahead, Al.
Hey, I got something.
Go ahead.
This is Hebrews 10:23. It says, let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering.
See, without wavering. Hold fast this profession, which is this ministry. All right? Your profession is what you're professing. Before fashion, meaning to speak. It's what you're going out and speaking. You know? Go ahead.
For he is faithful that promised.
See? And remember the scriptures speak about confession bringeth into a kingdom. So your profession is speaking about Yahweh Shem Shai. Go ahead, read that again. Start from the beginning.
This back in Hebrews 10:23. Let us hold fast the profession of our faith.
Hold fast. All right? Meaning you got to guard this truth with your life. That's you holding fast. You got to be stable. Go ahead.
It says, read it again. Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for he is faithful that promised.
See, you can't doubt without wavering. You got to be in this truth, no wavering. Ultimately, faith in Yahweh Shem Shai. Understand that these prophecies are coming to pass. Understanding that the Lord is going to deliver his holy elect. You see? Without wavering, and Jake wavers. That's unstable when you waver. Go ahead.
And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works.
See? When you get rebuked, that's provoking unto love and to good works.
Watching over your soul. Not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together.
See? Not forsaken. The scriptures is a manual. It's a manual. You know? It's a manual. It's giving you what to do and what not to do. If you do this, this is the outcome. If you don't do this, this is the outcome. It's really simple. Go ahead, read that again.
Come. Hebrews 10:25, it says, not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together.
Right?
As the manner of some is. But exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching.
See, you building. Come on, man.
The closer the day comes, the more it's supposed to be.
More work.
More work,
Exhorting, which is the lifting up. Until that day comes. That's why you forsake not the assembly. This is the assembly right here. And you got guys forsaking this assembly, man. Oh well.
Yeah, what should motivate you, as you said, it says, the Lord is faithful
Yep.
of his promise.
Yep.
That's the motivator right there. The Lord promised. And nothing is going to supersede the promise.
No. Nope. You got something else? Somebody got something else? Go ahead. The last, whoever got the last precepts.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, and I'll start at verse 20.
You break it down too.
Therefore, the desire of wisdom bring it to a kingdom.
So this is how we got to be occupied. We got to be desiring wisdom, and especially in the times we're in now, right? Because as the elder brought out earlier, right, wisdom and knowledge with the stability of the time. So at this point in time, this is what we have to desire. And in in the time of trouble to come,
We have to be desiring wisdom. And what does it say? It says, wisdom bring it to a kingdom. This is what brings
a kingdom ultimately, because the scriptures talk about how we preach to every man in wisdom.
Right.
You see, and Jake they don't take heed to it because they don't desire wisdom.
They don't desire the kingdom.
The kingdom, yeah, there you go.
They don't desire the kingdom of heaven.
The kingdom, yeah. So yeah.
They can't do the way they move, the way they
Yeah, the way you move, you ain't desiring the kingdom of heaven. Go ahead. That it?
Yeah, I'll read verse 21.
If your delight be then in thrones and scepters,
Yep.
O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore.
Yes.
Wisdom establishes everything.
That's all right. So y'all got it. Close it out.
All right, with that, more willing to edify. All right, to the body, we got the secret of the spirit, popping out by outside. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Of our understand apostles, the great millstone, they taught us. The spirit probably how much more shy and salutation to us all day.
Shalom. Baba Bo.